Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the preview of Arsenal versus Liverpool, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Now, if it was back in 2004, I'd be really looking forward to this game, but unfortunately, this is 2021, and there's a massive golfing class in between the two sides now in these days. But anyway, I've got Doug from the Dugout Football channel. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, looking forward to Saturday's game. Club football's back, ladies and gentlemen. Club football is back. No more internationals until March. So yeah, 4 months of enjoying club football. Let's do this.
Oh, great. That's 4 months of probably misery. I think as an Arsenal fan, you look forward to more the international breaks just to get a relief mentally. But anyway, we got Owen from the Cop On podcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, but I'm really, really, really sorry to break it to you. There is a surprise international break at the end of January the 24th until February the 2nd. I don't even know why, but those fools have put another bit of sand in the sandwich. That is the beauty of supporting your clubs and following your teams. But there you go. I'm very well. Apart from that, I'm been a little bit I've done a lot of soul searching because Liverpool haven't won a game, for like 3 games. So it was 3 games ago our last victory. So I've been trying to get my head around that, and wondering if we've got a soft centre. But I'm sure we'll get into all of that. Thank you for inviting me on. It's great to see you all.
We'll get into that definitely. I think we can trump you on probably like the longest drought of a win, but especially with Mikel Arteta in charge. But Sait, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm glad club football is back. I'm not the biggest fan of international breaks. I do think it's wrong to have 3 international breaks, especially after a big tournament. I do think they need to, especially now when there is COVID as well. It's like, why not have 1 or 2 longer breaks? I mean, we don't need 3. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it shows, we'll just break it down quickly before we move on to the game itself. I think it's kind of like, we shouldn't be doing so many chances of breaking away to our international sort of bubble and sort of area. But this, unfortunately, they don't care about. Obviously, I compare it a lot to the F1 terms. Is say like F1's trying to do something for the fans and try and make it safe for them. They're more interested in making it safe for their own pockets. To be honest, they're more worried about the money side of things, and rather than the actual what's safe for the players and for the fans. So that's my sort of take on the whole situation with that. But I mean, yeah, but we'll move into the game, and as Owen quite mentioned, Liverpool haven't won in their last 3 games. Could it just be just a little bit of a bad spell? I mean, well, it says that actually your last 3 games, the last 2 games you drew and lost 1.
Yes, and then that was since we beat Man United 5-0. So, 3 games ago, we beat United 5-0 at Old Trafford, which is our best result against United ever at Old Trafford, but our best result since 1925 against them, when we beat them 5-0 at Anfield. But it's almost like the euphoria of that took away our focus, perhaps, because we were 2-0 up against Brighton and they pulled us back to 2-2. And we were pretty bad against West Ham. We weren't as bad as some people have said, but we weren't. I mean, they exposed us time and time again. And I thought maybe we deserved a point, but, we lost. And that was also, like, not entirely unexpected either. So, we've conceded 5 goals in the last 2 games since we played Man United.
Yeah, I think that's the thing as well. You've gone, like you said, 2 games, one drawn against Brighton, which I think even with Liverpool, it's always going to be a tough game against Brighton, I'd say. Even, I mean, Brighton, I think Brighton could have got even a result, a further result out of that game. West Ham, I think, was probably the real shock out of the two for me, because not that I don't rate what David Moyes has done. David Moyes has done a brilliant job there, and I think he suits really well into their way of thinking. It's just, I think Graham Potter's just tactically a very tough opposition to break down, more so than West Ham. West Ham can be quite vulnerable in the defence at times. So West Ham was kind of more the surprise for me out of those 2 games. Would you agree with that, Doug? Was that the kind of shock from you?
Like the Brighton game, we could have easily lost that. We could have easily lost that in the second half. Brighton, for me, were the better team in that day. The West Ham game, I thought we were second best throughout. I think there was only a little spell, maybe the first sort of 10, 15 minutes. And then obviously, they got the early goal. But I thought we were second best in that second half as well. I thought West Ham played very, very well, and I think it would have been very unjust of us getting an equaliser. Obviously, Mane missing a very, very simple header, which 6 yards out he should score. But I look at that game and I'm just thinking that West Ham deserved the win that day. And yeah, look, you can have these results. You can have a one-off result like that. So I think this is just a little blip for us, and I think the international break definitely came at the right time for us.
Yeah, I think it's come at a crucial time for you guys. Stop that. Give it a chance to regroup, reset, and then push forward from there. Because obviously you've got us to play with, and I'd usually say that's a tough game, but I think a lot of fans are going up there for the vibes, whatever vibes they can find out of that game. They'll struggle, but more likely going out for the night out for a Liverpool, because they're going that day before, so going for the night out at Liverpool, probably something like that rather than an actual game. Then you've got Porto in your group, and if you're looking at your Champions League group, you're comfortably
we've already won it.
Yeah, you've already won the group,
Yeah.
so like you're comfortable in that end. So you could put kids out for the next 2 games on that one, and then you've got a nice run of easy games from there after our games. Southampton. Let's have a look at you've got Liverpool, Southampton. Who you got next? Wolves, Everton, then Wolves, then Aston Villa. So a good run of games, and Aston Villa's could be sort of an easier game as well, because now Dean Smith's obviously left and now gone to Norwich, who I've just seen on the news now, because obviously I live locally to Norwich. So, but I mean, say looking at it from an Arsenal perspective, we're now 10 games unbeaten. I mean, I don't count unbeaten runs if we've lost our first 3 games, but unfortunately, there are some Arteta fans that love to think that the season started in September after our 3 difficult games. So they love to imagine we're still unbeaten. But would you say that with the way we're playing, we could look confident going into this game, knowing that Liverpool have been on a downer?
Well, it's very hard to say, and it's because of 2 things. Number one, Liverpool is probably top 3 best team in the world, and they are playing at home. So that is always going to be a massive, massive achievement to get something out of that game. Liverpool at home is a different beast to Liverpool away.
Yeah.
I think since Klopp been there, they have one of the best home records in the world. If I'm not wrong, they haven't lost a lot of points from there, bar COVID, when they had 6 in a row or 5 in a row where they lost. If you take that out, when Liverpool had fans, I'm not sure if they lost on the club. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure they've lost.
No, our last home defeat with fans was the 23rd of April. The 23rd of April, 2017. That was in the Premier League, but obviously the game against Atletico was the last game we lost with fans. But yeah, the last home game in the Premier League that we lost with fans was the 23rd of April 2017. We lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace.
I think even when you saw it, if you saw it last season, and we had at some point last season where a number of fans could get in the stadium, and I remember one game that at Anfield they did have the stadium at least half full, and you were struggling in that game, and the crowd, you see the difference the crowd made, like got you over that line. I don't think you would have probably won that game or got a winner if like you didn't have the crowd on your side there, because obviously it was partly full, so it was only just Liverpool fans in the ground. So I think for Liverpool they're always going to be like, it's kind of like how Arsenal were at Highbury. It was a fortress. When you went to Highbury, it didn't matter if you're Man United. You were like, shit, we're in for a game here. Like, and most of the time, people look in the tunnel and they would have lost already because we would have beaten them in the tunnel. So unfortunately now we don't have that. We don't have the balls to be that sort of mentally strong on the pitch. So I think that's kind of what's missing between
playing
the major
angry
difference
Liverpool away is gonna be tough because they've not won in the past 2 games, so they're gonna want to win. So they're gonna turn up. It's gonna be a very tough game. Yes, our form is better than before, but in big games, there's no such thing as form. It's all about mentality, and we know that Liverpool have that mentality to go out and kill teams. So it's going to be a good test for Arsenal to see where we are as a team. Well, I don't have high hopes, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I think Arsenal, you can't set the bar too highly. I think with Arsenal, I mean, I think our last. If I go back to Arsenal, the actual results between Liverpool and Arsenal versus Arsenal, Anfield, record, shall we say? The Liverpool club record. Let's go down. So the last time we played you was in the league. We lost 3-1. Then we lost again 3-1. We lost 3-1 again in 2019. Then we lost, what is it? 5-1 as well. 5-1 as well.
In December 18, I've got it in front of me as well, Your last victory against us was on the 2nd of September 2012 at Anfield.
At Anfield. I think that was Van Persie, wasn't it? With that.
Lucas Podolski and Santi Cazorla.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have a look at that one.
I think it was maybe Rodgers' first season in charge, if I seem to remember. I think it was the 2012-2013 season. So that would have been Rodgers. Yeah, that would have been Rodgers' first season in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers first. Yeah, and Arsene Wenger, and we had Giroud, Cazorla. Mikel Arteta,
legend.
I know, and like Mikel Arteta, like
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain played as well for you.
Obviously, he achieved something on the pitch at Anfield that he couldn't do as a manager. So there you are. Just go through some of the comments. Smash the likes, big up. Running late. Sorry about that, guys. But Eagle Eyed Football, big up to you, mate. Go and subscribe to Eagle Eyed Football. Great guy. Does if you're a Crystal Palace fan, you want to listen to some Crystal Palace content, go check him out right now. I mean, how would you feel that Klopp will go about this? Would he just go about this his usual way, or do you think he'll have something special planned for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal side?
The funny thing is, like, when it comes to Liverpool Arsenal, like, I don't know how many times. Yeah, there's always a few goals between the sides anyway. But obviously, I won't want to remind Arsenal fans of your recent record at Anfield is not the best.
You don't say.
but no, I mean, there's been.
Well, you could do, but you can find yourself chucked off very quickly.
All right. Well, I won't then. But obviously, we had a 5-5. We had a 5-5 in the
that's a good one.
The League Cup as well. So there's always goals between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's not a fixture that usually finishes 0-0. Watch it be 0-0 now that I've just said that. But the thing is, you guys have taken the lead in like the last couple of games as well. Like the last couple, obviously, I think I can't remember the season before was Maitland-Niles that scored, and then I think it was Lacazette that scored last season. And then obviously, we came back. I think Robbo scored, if I seem to remember, and obviously that was a debut goal for Jota as well. But I think Klopp will just go into this game as any other game he would really. But obviously there has been a few injury worries as well. I mean, obviously I think Owen's sick of the sight of Liverpool players getting injured. I am as well, to be honest with you. I'm obviously I'm a big Scotland fan, but obviously seeing Andy Robertson came off the other night was a bit worrying. But we've got a very good backup in Kostas Tsimikas, and I'm confident in what he can do as well. But it'll be a shame if Robbo misses it, because obviously you've got two of the best Scottish left backs in the Premier League. And Kieran Tierney and us with Andy Robertson.
I don't think Kieran Tierney will be playing though.
Oh really?
I don't, because Kieran Tierney started the season's been crap. It has been appalling.
Really?
By his standards, it's been very poor. So for me, I would see him going with Tavares, and it would be a shame if Tsimikas is having to be picked. Not anything against him, but I'd like to see Tomiyasu go up against Andy Robertson, because I think he could give him a run for his money. Because that Tomiyasu, I know the last few games he said. Eventually, he's had that sort of, bounce to the start of the league that some players have. And then he's got that introduction. That Brighton game was his first introduction of what Premier League football is like throughout the winter. And he's finally getting that experience. So I think if he goes to a late evening kickoff at Anfield, and having that experience now behind him, I do feel he will manage to get he'll give Andy Robertson a good game and give him a lot of problems.
Is Smith Rowe likely to start for you, like attacking Tsimikas' side? So on the right, on your right hand side.
No, Saka starts on our right. Smith Rowe starts on our left.
Yeah,
but am I wrong to say that Tsimikas has been better than Robertson this season?
No, you're not wrong. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Good point, actually.
It has.
And I feel like Klopp is playing more offensive this season. I feel like Liverpool's line is higher, and I'm not sure if that is because of Gini Wijnaldum is not there anymore. Because I even feel like players like Jordan Henderson is very attacking this season and putting in a lot of crosses into the box. Is that wrong to say?
Yeah, no, it's not wrong. He's trying something with the midfield and also the attack. Like, it's quite surprisingly the minutes per goal this season per 90 minutes. I think Roberto Firmino is averaging a goal every he's averaging more goals than Mo Salah if you work it out per game, non-penalty goals, right? Than Mo Salah, which is quite surprising, because there's something about the number 9 position is whether it's Firmino, whether it's Jota, it would be Jota probably in this game, maybe, but they're getting more into the box and we're flooding the box more, which is great because we scored more goals than anyone else, but going the other way, it's like it's pretty kamikaze. Trent has also been moving into midfield and going out right as well, but he's been leaving the usual acres of space behind him. But Klopp's been trying this sort of midfield triangle thing with almost rotating positions between the left back, one of the midfielders, and the left winger, and the right back, the midfielder on that side, and Mo Salah as well. And it's interesting when we attack. Yeah, it's very gung ho. And it's something that I'm worried about. Like I know you're not feeling confident. You were saying, Stephen, about this weekend, and Sait as well. You were saying that maybe you're not so confident, but there are lots of holes to exploit. And I think Smith Rowe is in great form, isn't he? 4 goals and 2 assists in 893 minutes. He looks an amazing talent. And I just think that, I'm worried because, Liverpool have got this soft underbelly. It's made of vermicelli noodles. And if you get at us, then, you could have a feast.
Yeah, I agree. A question. Who would you start between Matip and Konate?
Matip.
Yeah, but I'd probably say Matip, but knowing Klopp, you could potentially go with Konate.
Yeah, because I think both have been fantastic. I actually think maybe this is a bit controversial. I think Van Dijk's been fantastic on the ball because he's such a great footballer. But I do think he's still recovering from his injury. I don't think he's 100% yet.
What do you think, Doug?
No, 100%. I think you have to say that he's kind of nursing himself back into it ever so slightly. But he looked imperious yesterday for Holland. Good win for them against Norway. But yeah, I think people have been kind of saying that Matip Matip's been probably the best centre back for us this season so far. But Konate, whenever he's came in, he hasn't put a foot wrong either. And actually, Konate said this week that he's actually enjoying the centre back competition as well. So that's always nice to see, because obviously I know he hasn't had many chances this season, but it's nice to see him come out and say that he's actually enjoying the challenge of the 2 spaces at the centre back. So that's always nice to hear. So I do think he will probably go with Matip, but don't be surprised if it is Konate.
Yeah, I think it could be a game that would suit, because he's a bit more mobile than Matip. But it's going to be an interesting game for sure.
But on Virgil, I got to disagree with you there a little bit, Doug, because I think Virgil has been our best defender. I do think that I do agree that he's working his way back from injury, and he's not his 100%, but even an 85% Virgil van Dijk is still the best defender in the league, if not the world, in my opinion, because I think he has been fantastic with his passing, and he might have lost a little bit of pace or a little bit of trust in his body to run around, maybe, but I don't think he's made many mistakes, to be honest, 1 or 2 this season. Whereas Konate, I haven't been convinced. He's looked a bit raw in terms of his positioning at times. Like the line, our defensive line has been a bit of a shambles when Konate has played. And surprisingly, his heading isn't quite as dominant as you might think. Although he was brilliant against United. But time will tell. I mean, I've got every confidence that he will flourish and blossom into a brilliant defender for us. But he's not quite there yet. He's still a bit too raw.
It makes you think, though, Owen, how Matip keeps getting in these good positions in the box, and yet he doesn't seem to score goals. He should be adding more goals to his game. Simple as that.
Yeah, Matip, yeah, absolutely. And Virgil, actually, they should both score more goals from set pieces, but maybe that will come, hopefully. Yeah, but in terms of Arsenal, I don't know. I'm thinking about the tactics. I don't know what you guys think, Arsenal fans, because I think, how is Arteta setting up? Is he still quite defensive? Because I see that your possession stats, you're only at something like 46.8% possession, averaging. So you don't have the ball more than you have the ball in games. And is it sort of like West Ham? Is it sort of like a David Moyes setup? How does it work?
Yeah, I mean, I hear what all he's saying, and it's going to be interesting no matter like the certain battles on the pitch. It's going to be interesting to see how things shape up, especially with Arsenal's like recent pick up in form. But it's like I've kept saying throughout this whole period of form, everyone's keeps like saying, "Oh, you've gone on 8, 9, 10 unbeaten." It's like, stop, hold your horses. Look at what we've played. Look at the way we've played those games. 1-0 against Watford. Right, I'm going to start jumping up and down for that. Yeah, brilliant.
I would,
1-0
to be
against
honest.
1-0 against Norwich. Well, like my granddad could score against Norwich. He's not alive anymore. Like, so, like, you know what I mean? So, Burnley, like, I mean, Burnley's a tough away fixture, but if you're a team that's supposed to be top 4, you should be beating Burnley. Simples or not. It's like, so for me, it's look at the performances in that, and the performances for me show that we're not playing good enough. If you're coming back and you're saying your goalkeeper is man of the match for most of your games in that unbeaten run, which everyone's been saying, there's something wrong. And that's not self-sustainable, because eventually you're going to get caught out and your keeper's going to be like, well, on one-on-one, what do you want me to do? Like, and with Liverpool, if he's having to make tons and tons of saves and the amount of chances they create, you'll end up scoring a goal or two, and then we're going to be like sitting there like, well, we can't score against this lot. Then what are we going to do? We could barely score against Norwich. What makes then everyone think we're going to go to Anfield, maybe hold them to 1 or 2 goals, and then equalise against them? If we can barely score against Norwich, or barely score against Watford, even. Like,
well, yeah. But I
like,
don't know. You've had 4 wins. You scored 3 goals against Villa, 2 against Leeds, 2 against Leicester.
No. Look, but if you look at it, when we score a goal, what do? We drop back 5 yards. We stand off our man 5 yards. We do that against Liverpool, because I know we'll do that. The worst thing we'll do is take the lead. What happened with Palace? The worst thing we did was take the lead in that game, because we then dropped 5 yards, and Vieira's like, that's it, I've got you where I want you. Like, if we do that with Klopp is going to do something worse than he did at Old Trafford. Like, it's going to be a bloodbath. Right? Like, there was a reason why the British, like, back in the 1700s, wear red coats to hide the blood. This, like, we're going to be like that. We're going to need red shirts to hide the blood, because it's going to be a bloodbath. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be absolute murders. So, like, yeah, we shouldn't be, like, dropping back 5 yards if we've scored a goal. Immediately, go get another one. That's when they're most vulnerable. Go and get another one. So go and see the game out. We've never done that. Against Watford, like, we took the lead early. I'm thinking, great, let's go and destroy them. We didn't. So, like, and it's the same against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, after that first goal, if we carried on the way we would have destroyed them, because we started really well in that game. As soon as we scored, we dropped back 5 yards, and all of a sudden, like, we can get control of the game again.
But I think Liverpool could only capitalise if you do drop back. It depends on who Klopp picks in midfield, because Oxlade-Chamberlain is very, very inconsistent, and he started the last match against West Ham as quite underwhelming. He's a player that if you give him time and space, then he can really hurt you. But without time and space,
but our team will give you time and space if we score.
You think, okay, who are you going to play in midfield?
That's exactly what we do.
I think time, but not space. I think one thing that's a bit different this season is that the whole team defends. The whole team is very. If you look at the lines, you can see it. Even Aubameyang and Lacazette contribute to defending.
That's all well and good, but then like if we've got a 1-goal lead, why are we then having to park the bus for 60 or bloody minutes? We shouldn't be parking the bus for 60 odd minutes. Especially if we're playing against Watford, we shouldn't need 10 men behind the ball at home. That at home against Watford, we should be having 10 men in their box. That's what we should be. That's what Liverpool would do.
Can I just ask a question, obviously to Sait and obviously to Stephen. Aubameyang, what have you guys made of him this season, and where do you think he's going to play? Because the last couple of times he's played at Anfield, he's either been on the left wing or the right wing.
Yeah, you see this? You see what I did on this? On career mode? I sold him.
Wow.
Yeah, Stephen don't rate Aubameyang.
I'm sorry, like if you're not good, if you keep playing game after game after game as a captain, and you're not showing up for games, visibly not showing up, and I mean, when you pass to the left wing, he's not there, or when you try and get someone in the box, he's not there. What's the point in playing him? We're playing with basically 10 men. Like, you're a captain. Step up. If you're not going to step up, get lost.
4 goals this season, though. He's your top scorer along with Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I think Aubameyang's been quite decent this season. I think last season he was terrible.
But if you look at the performance again, that's all well and good. But if you look at the performances, the way he's performed, he scored the 1 goal here and there. But then for the rest of the game, he's been crap. He's contributed nothing to the game. Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. Like, I want players that just ain't going to turn up to score goals and then disappear again. I want if Arteta's going to play this sort of football, he needs players that are going to be able to do both, work for the team and score goals. That's what Lacazette does.
Do you think Aubameyang should be taken off penalty duties, because he has missed a couple this season?
Well, I said he should be sold. So there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, Stephen, mate.
Lacazette has never missed a penalty for Arsenal. So I think he should be the one who takes penalties. The issue is that our best penalty takers don't play 90 minutes. So Lacazette, for me, is our best. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is probably the second best. But they usually don't start, or if they start, they don't really play 90 minutes. So that's the issue. And because the way Lacazette plays, he presses so much at so high intensity. He rarely lasts longer than 60, 70 minutes. But obviously, if it is an early penalty and he's on the pitch, you should take it. Pepe is another one who's a great penalty taker. He hasn't missed for Arsenal either, and he did score lots for Lille as well. But he's on the bench. He doesn't even get minutes anymore.
That's the thing. Like, people, this is what I hate about Pepe, right? Everyone's battering Pepe right now. And I'm like, this is a guy who gets played until he's in form. Once he's in form, he gets dropped. Then he gets played again, played into form, and then dropped. Then played into form again, and then dropped. This has happened ever since Arteta's turned up, right? And then what happens is, because they're so in love with Arteta, and they're so far up Arteta's arse, and that's the media included, right? They don't see what he's doing to these players and how he's progressing them further, because they don't give him any game time. So then they just see the results and saying, oh, well, he's not playing enough then. Well, how is he? If he's not being able to play into form, right, how do you expect him to pick up results? How do you expect him to be able to kick on? He can't.
Yeah.
So, like, if he's under a proper manager who understands him and understands how to play him, which is play the ball into him, not play it to feet, he would tear up that right hand side, and then you leave Smith on the left, and you'll give Saka, who Anthony's just pointed out here, right? Saka would get a bloody rest, because I bet you Saka's going to be on that pitch. He's played against England. He's now going to be on that pitch.
It's like what Ollie's doing to Harry Maguire and like Marcus Rashford. He's playing them way too much, and this is the thing: if Arteta keeps playing Saka way too much, Saka's going to get an injury. You have to have good squad rotation. Klopp is doing very, very well with the squad rotation this season. But you look at like Ollie, and he's playing. Harry Maguire's played, I think, 569 minutes last season.
I just want to I just mention this. Saka, if you work it all out, sorry, I'll just mention this before. I'll just read this comment out because this is a really good comment. Let's go Arsenal. We need a win against Liverpool. I feel like this match is a make or break for Arsenal if they want to compete against the best. That's exactly what we should be doing, Games FC. Competing against the best. We should be going to these teams, right, and playing our way of football and not be afraid and be confident about it. Because if Crystal Palace can be confident and not afraid of doing it, so should we. Simple,
but part of your strategy, though, is defensive. It's solid defense. I mean, it's relying on your goalkeeper a little bit.
Yeah, but if he wants to play counter-attacking strategic football, then do so, right? But don't chop and change it here and there and everywhere, which is what I feel he does. I think I get what he's getting at. If we want to win the league, that's the whole point of it. You don't sit here in the league just to sit there and go, don't want to take part. No, we want to go back to the top. And the only way to do that is to start beating the big teams and start proving ourselves against the big teams, right? And then we can focus on the little teams and start making sure that we make sure we get past those. Because then if we get past those, hallelujah, we're in top 4, hallelujah, we'll start competing for a league. So that's where we need. The only reason, plus also, if you don't beat these teams and you lose against these teams will then expose what is wrong with your side. If we get smashed by Liverpool, we then see what's wrong with our side, right? And what's the difference is, right? And then we see the points we need to address. That's the only thing you'll get by playing big teams. That's the only thing you'll get. You won't get against the small teams because they'll take the 1 or 2-0 win, and that like 1 goal difference will paper over the crack saying wasn't that bad, right? So that's why I take on playing big teams like that. So but like I said with Saka, just what I mentioned before, Saka has had no rest since lockdown 2020. The first lockdown, when we restarted football, think about it. Played all the way that rest of that season. He then had the
Euros.
He had no summer break. There was no summer break in that season. No pre-season because they all came out with this crap of we ain't had a pre-season, so he's played all of that season, all of it. Then he's had the Euros. Then he's had pre-season. Then he's had all of this season.
Yeah. See what I mean? See what I mean? He's playing him way too much. He has to have a break at some point.
You see, after 20 minutes, he's like that. And then that's what pissed me off in the last game is that when he made the sub for Martinelli on the 94th minute. Now, if we were playing 93 minutes, Martinelli would have never got on the pitch. He's basically looked Martinelli to be look like a right mug. Like I'm taking the piss out of you. And if I was Martinelli, I would have just gone, get lost. Jog on. I'm not getting on the pitch. For a minute and a half that you didn't know he was going to be there. Come on. If you're going to and when you saw Saka come on, Saka looked like me when I just got out of freaking surgery. He was hobbling. He was hobbling off. He was not looking well. It is he looked like he needed a rest. Sorry, but
I think
winding me up at this point. I'll just go through these other comments. I've got to get to them. it's like when Michael Owen played for Liverpool and he got burnt out
Very true.
and sold to Real Madrid.
I was
Very
just
true.
thinking the same thing. Yeah, exactly. We
Hi
totally overplayed
everyone,
Michael
hope
Owen.
you're well, Stephen. Big up to the panel. Big up, Lookman. Big up for coming on the F1 stream the other day. It was really good. For real, bro, I agree. Only way we are going to win something is by beating the best. Big up, mate. Like, just I'll say it as it is, mate. If Aubameyang is not playing well, he should be gone. Any player that doesn't play, I don't have any affiliation anymore. I don't have that, I don't have that connection to these players as much as I did to Henry. Henry, I can make excuses for because he had so much credit in the bank; it was unreal. And he was the guy I grew up on. But these players, I don't have any sort of affiliation with them. I like them. I like Smith Rowe. I like Saka because they're Arsenal players, from Hale End. But in the end, if they need to go, they need to go. Simple. Well said. He's killing players' morale, in my opinion. Big up, big up. I also put pinned to the chat the link to our channel. If you want to join and become a member from as little as $1.99, please do so. It really does help the charity big time for a monthly donation, especially during Christmas time as well, as it's coming up to Christmas now. Eddie going in Jan will give us a bit of money to spend. Not much, mate, to be honest. Big up, Jeremiah. Hope you're well, mate. Long time no see. Hope you've been keeping well. I've been all right. Been up and down, but all right. But make sure you smash the likes, people. Yeah, make sure you smash the likes. Big up. But yeah, the whole Saka situation really does wind me up. So yeah, you know what I mean. So, but I think if we play him and we don't play Pepe after 20 minutes, I don't know who plays on your left wing. I think it's what is it? Is it Mane? Isn't it?
Mane,
if he's fit.
He
He's
will
fit.
rinse him. He will
He's
rinse him after 30 minutes because he'll be dead.
He's
He'll
got a
be dead
good
after
record
30
against
minutes.
Arsenal as well.
Yeah. I can see it coming because he'll play him thinking, oh, it's all right, it's Saka. And in 30 minutes, he's like, Mane's about 10 yards up the road and he's like, wait for the bus. Wait for the bus.
But here also, I feel like this was an opportunity for Saka to rest. They should have told Southgate that it's San Marino.
45 minutes it.
He doesn't need to go. Why can't they do like Greenwood? Why can't he stay and rest and focus on his club team? He's already proven himself in the national side. He's played well. He's scored important goals. Let him rest this one. Let players like Smith Rowe, like Gallagher, come and prove themselves. He didn't have to go.
Yeah.
You know, it was just
they
were already qualified.
Or even then, just say, why couldn't Arsenal say that? Okay, if you want him, play him 45 minutes. You only play him one half.
But Stevie, he didn't have to travel and go. It's San Marino. It's just waste of time.
I know
really.
that, but
I can play against San Marino. Come on.
But but even then, like some of these young guys, they love to play against just play for England. So it's okay, if you want to play for England, go fine. But you only playing one half because we need you for Liverpool, right? So just
especially because he doesn't want
Alex
to
Ferguson put those
rest him in the league. Then surely he should have rested him in this international break. I mean, ever since he's broken into the senior team, he's not had a rest. So he's gone from playing under 19 to senior football to never rest.
So I've got to read this one out. Saka is a good boy. He likes to tick the boxes and brings out Southgate's tea and biscuits. Wait, you're dissing our Saka, man. Get out of it.
He does. He obviously does that to Arteta. He's undroppable.
He's doing better than your Wamba Saka.
Wannabe Saka. That's his real name.
Yeah, that's true.
Hang on. How's your Luke Shaw doing recently?
Oh dear.
Sorry.
I got a question
Didn't
for you
they
guys.
spend like almost 100 million for a player who's not scored or given an assist?
Plus, I'd also like to say, Jeremiah, are we still like Fred FC? Like, are we still Fred FC over there? Like,
Excellent.
I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Oh,
I got a
no.
question for you guys. You know,
Yeah.
you've got only. I was looking at your breakdown of your goals this season, right? You've got 6 from set pieces, 5 from open play, and 2 on the counter attack, and that's it. In contrast, Liverpool have also got 6 from set pieces, 1 from a counter attack, and 23 from open play. Right. So my question is, like, first of all, what can you do better to score from open play? Like, what's going on? Why is it so poor?
I think the issue is that our manager is a pragmatic manager. You know what he would need? He would need to take in a coach who is an offensive specialist, because ever since he's been here, we haven't seen a pattern on how we are attacking as a team. We can see it in the defense. We can see that he wants to be aggressive. He wants to have a straight line. He wants to play from the back. And he wants Ben White to progress with the ball. That we can see is quite clear now. But in the final third, it's shocking. We don't attack with enough people. We don't make enough runs. We don't have enough people in the box. If you check Salah's stats, he has most touches in the box, most shots, and therefore he will have most goals. If you are in the final third and you shoot and you're near to goal, you will automatically score more goals. But he's not good enough for me, because he's been here almost 2 years, and you can ask Steven, we haven't seen anything over a long period that, this is how Arsenal is attacking. This is sustainable.
Yeah. It's 20, we're 20 months down the line, and we're now trying a new formation called a 4-1-4-1, which no one else plays in world football because it don't work. Because he's playing he's now trying 2 attacking midfielders in that 4-1-4-1 as central midfielders. There's a reason they're attacking midfielders, because they're not central midfielders. Because they play in the attacking role. They don't play in the central role. They play in the attacking role behind the striker. Right? That's why it doesn't work with 2 attacking midfielders. But no, I'm going to play 4-1-4-1 because Xhaka's out. I can only play Partey. And now he's realised that's all gone to crap. He's now having to revert back to the 4-2-3-1 and having to rely on Lokonga. So if that's the case, your original plan, which everyone said was Project Youth, it's not trust the process anymore of winning the Champions League in 3 years. It was called Jeremiah, don't put that. It doesn't help my case with the Arteta, please. Like, but at least Bayern can make it work. But like I say with our system, he's now gone back. If he's had to go back to playing Xhaka and Lokonga, right? So your original plan was Xhaka and Partey then, and then having to play only Partey as the 4-1-4-1. Surely playing that formation with just Partey has gone against what the whole club has told us, which is Project Youth. We're using our youth players and growing our team out of the youth squad. That doesn't make sense, because if you were fully believing in that, you would have played Lokonga next to Partey in the next game. You wouldn't have tried to play Partey on his own, which he couldn't do. So clearly, you don't support this Project Youth, right? Not to mention you're killing Saka. You're not even giving Martinelli the game time. Saka's probably at a decent age.
What's all this about Martinelli? Like, Martinelli was meant to be.
I know everyone now doesn't know Martinelli. Everyone's forgetting Martinelli's such a great talent now.
I absolutely think he's a cracking player, Martinelli. He should be playing more.
Well, he's regressed, though. I mean, his first season, he was 18, 3 goals from 6 starts, which is amazing for an 18-year-old. Then it was 2 goals in 7 starts, and this season, no goals from 2 starts.
That's what I'm saying. It's because like he hasn't had any time on the pitch. You just said in those last 2 seasons, 7 games. 7 games.
7 games.
Yeah, he had 7 substitute
appearances. Played nearly every single game. Like,
Right.
and you couldn't rest him for one of those games. And this is what I'm saying as well. But if you're Project Youth, you would have been playing Martinelli more often.
Yeah, it's
You
very
would have
true.
been playing Saliba. You wouldn't have been buying Ben White. You would have kept Saliba. You wouldn't have been buying
Who's
Ben
doing
White.
brilliantly here in France, by the way. Saliba is like,
Yeah, so
everyone's
why are you
raving about him here.
Yeah, I mean, like, why are you buying like a £50 million Ben White who's like come from Brighton? But let's be honest, like, he's not exactly like the toughest brute in defence. It's more like buying a stick of rock at Brighton. Like, you probably get more. You'd probably be more stiff up front. Like, it's
He'll be more consistent with the rating all the way through.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, got to go for some more comments as well. Big up, smash the like, guys. I think Bayern player version of 4141, but then it changes to see they change it during the game. Arteta's not that knowledge. Arteta's not that smart to think that. That's the problem. Unless like Nagelsmann is, that's the thing. Big up Stephen and a panel. If you can't beat Liverpool, maybe you are doing something right. Just as long as you don't burn out ESR and Saka doing it. That's a very good point. Last season, Arteta was clueless. In this season, he's getting support like he knows what he's doing. Yet he's got players who he hasn't given any time this season to. And this is the thing. And people want to sit here and make excuses for this guy. He's ruining Martinelli. I said. He's destroying Martinelli's career at this very moment in time, and that's what I hate managers. This is why I didn't like Mourinho in the first place. I hate managers that will quite happily leave like players like Sean White-Phillips. Remember when he joined Chelsea as under Mourinho? What did he do? Sit on the bench all the time. And that's exactly what Arteta's doing. Exactly what Arteta is. Ben White's a party boy. If he wanted to be rich, I could have sold enough stories to the papers about him. My mate is his PR guy, and win or lose, they always out.
Listen, you can sell them to me, and I can donate 50% to the channel. I don't mind being rich.
Look, I've given you the seat and the microphone, and the headset. What more do you want? Like,
I want a pay raise.
See what I have to part with. You never know, you might get a Christmas card. So Saliba should be playing for us next season. No excuses now. I feel sorry for Tierney. What has he done to lose his place? To be honest,
no, that one is fair.
That one is fair, mate. He has been pretty poor at the start of the season. So I do recommend Tavares. I was calling for Tavares to come in and give him some time off, and maybe it'll give him the boost he needs to, like on the training pitch, to go out and prove himself. So it's what you need actually. Sometimes a bit of competition. But
100%. One thing with Martinelli that I would say is that
go on with that, and then we got to go.
Where the club has gone wrong is that they should have done the same thing they did with Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe had a big injury, and you know when you're young and you have injuries and you play as an attacker, it takes something from your game. So they loaned him out to the Championship for him to get game time, for him to start every game. And then after that, because before his loan, Ljungberg was giving him games, but he wasn't performing. Then he went to Huddersfield. He was playing week in, week out. And then the next year he came back and he was a different player. And we should have done the same thing with Martinelli. Even his dad has said that they want to send him on loan, but the club is blocking it. And for me, it's why would you block a young player who wants to go out and prove himself and is even ready to leave the comfort of Arsenal and London to go somewhere else just to get an opportunity?
Yeah, very good idea. Yeah, he should have gone out on loan, of course. The Championship's a great league for people to prove themselves, isn't it? We had that with Harvey Elliott.
Martinelli would tear up that league.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'd say he'd be top scorer, honestly.
Hang on. Be fair. There's Mitrovic.
Oh, come on, mate. Like, come on. Like, when when he first came in and he started getting games in the Premier League, like the chances he got in the Premier League, he was tearing them up. Like he went down, and don't forget, he went down the half with like 2-1 down, 10 men down against Chelsea, ran the full length of the frigging Stamford Bridge to go and score that goal. That takes a lot of composure, a lot of discipline, and even then, some of the great players have missed that, and he put it away like it was the most easiest thing in the world. Right, so this is what now people are forgetting because he's never been played, because they forget that he's been played like so
Yeah.
long ago. He hasn't had any game time. So
Same against West Ham. He was fantastic in that game. I think him and
But
Pepe
this-
was man of the
so
match.
this is the thing. Games FC's just said before his injury, and this is what the thing. That when he came back, you could say a certain period because, yeah, his injury. We wanted to be careful with him, right? But it gets to a point. It's like, well, if he's fit enough to be on the bench now, and he keeps saying he's fit, you're saying he's fit. Well, why aren't you playing him then? Like, in the end, it's what you're saying in the press conferences is not adding up to what he's saying on the pitch. And to be honest, those press conferences, mate, if you want a comedy show, go and watch the press conferences. Like their questions are stupid. Their questions are absolutely stupid. All of a sudden,
And it's not like Saka is playing amazing, so you can say that, oh, but everybody's playing so well, so he can't start. He should be getting more game time, 100%.
Thoughts on Pepe leaving? Oh, God, I sad to mention that. Say your thoughts
On Nicolas Pepe. I mean, for me,
and then we got to go to lineup, and then
for me, he's 26. He's turning 27. He's gonna have 2 years left this summer. You have to sell him, or you have to renew his contract. And for me, if he's in his prime and he's not playing for us, sometimes you just gotta count your loss, sell the player, go and buy another one who's gonna start. Because we can't have a situation where he run down his contract and he leaves for free and he's not playing and Saka keep on playing. I mean, we need competition in the team, and ideally Saka shouldn't start every week. So if he's not going to play him or start him, then you have to sell him.
It's interesting. I got his stats in front of me. For Lille, he was there for 2 seasons, right? He played 74 matches in total, 68 starts, 35 assists. Sorry, 35 goals and 16 assists. And for Arsenal, he's almost played the same amount of games. He's played 67 in total, but 43 starts and 15 goals and 8 assists. And I know that the Premier League is obviously much stronger than Liga, but it's like I saw him before he joined you guys, and he was amazing. There's a great player in there.
I just got to work something out actually. You do know your hashtag doesn't work because it's got a hyperphone, like
an apostrophe.
Sorry, yeah, it's got an apostrophe there. Like, so the Arteta's Arsenal hashtag doesn't work, mate. So you might need to adjust that. I think, and then again, even then, if you adjust it, the computer might say it don't compute. I think if Arteta had made Tierney captain, he would still be performing. That's a good point. It's a fair point. And Pepe isn't that important. He's not part of our plans. Of course not, because I knew you wouldn't rate him because Arteta doesn't rate him. I bet if he did, you would keep him to stay. Simple. Like they'll believe anything this manager says. Like he's got a bad attitude. At what point has he got a bad attitude? Sait, has he ever had a bad attitude?
I mean, for me, if you throw your armband on the pitch, if you tell the fans to F off, that's bad attitude.
Yeah.
But Pepe hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything.
Had one red card. That's the only incident he's had. So if you have one incident, you now have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on.
My God.
If
like,
anything,
honestly,
I've never heard Pepe moan in the media.
He's a Newcastle player.
oh my
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Like, you
That's
know
a
what I mean?
good call. I'm with Pepe as a Newcastle player. I think he could go to Newcastle. He's the kind of
Yeah, and he'll tear it
profile
up because
that
he'll have a manager
he
that
would
knows
tear
what
it
to do
up.
with it.
Yeah, he'd tear it
Yeah,
up at
yeah,
Newcastle without the pressure.
And he'll
you
score
know.
the winner against us when he plays against the Emirates.
Oh yeah, he would tear us apart. You can
He'd
see
tear
that.
us apart. Could see it happening. Could see it happening. Pepe has no reason to have big egos. He's a dead ball. That's only because Arteta doesn't rate it, mate.
Come
if
on.
If Arteta rated him, you'd be loving him life. You'd be loving him life. Trust me.
You know, I don't like those kind of comments because for
Yeah.
me, for example, I'm not Arteta's biggest fan, but I can admit that he's doing well this season. I can admit that the defense
Oh, I
is
thought he was on your Christmas card list.
looking good. You know, I can give him credit for that. But to say that Pepe is a dead baller is just wrong
It's crap.
because he's not a dead baller.
It's crap.
He's a very talented footballer.
No.
You don't score 10 goals. He did score 10 goals last season in the Premier League. You don't score that amount of goals if you are a dead footballer.
Totally. Yeah. Agreed.
It's nice if Newcastle give you 72 million. No, do you know what's the problem is that the reason he hasn't been picked for the Ivory Coast is because your manager never picks him. So how do you expect the Ivory Coast to pick him if he's got no game time? The only reason you get proved to be an international side is if you get game time for your club. That's how it works. If your manager doesn't pick him, how the hell is he getting the international side? The only reason Ramsdale's got in the international side is because he played every week for Arsenal over two international periods, same as Smith Rowe, and they seem to have knocked it out of the park. The reason Pepe hasn't is because he keeps getting dropped every time he gets somewhere. Unlike Smith Rowe, who gets dropped when he needs a rest, right? And this is the other thing that we go back to, like the resting thing again, like. He seems to do it well with Smith Rowe, but for Saka, he seems to actually kill him. Literally kill him. But he seems to do it well with one player. So, and this is what I'm saying. You could quite easily put Pepe in Saka's position right now. And Pepe would be able to give you more throughout the game at the minute because he's got so much more energy. Simple. Right? I bet you if you started him in this game, he'd actually tear it up on that right-hand side. If you played him correctly as well. Like, if you knew how to use him. He needs a manager that knows how to use him. Right? This is why I said this manager's not good enough. He can't recognise in his squad how his players play. And how these players play at their best. Right? Simple facts. Right? He wasn't getting in when he was at Lille.
No, he was playing for Ivory Coast. He's been playing for Ivory
was.
Coast. It's just lately. I can
It
Google
was
it now
just
if you want and show it.
Yeah.
Pepe was playing for Ivory Coast.
You might want to check your stats on that, mate. Pepe. This is the thing now. I'm getting these. They're obviously troll accounts because obviously they've come up with complete crap. But anyway, we've got to move on to lineups quickly. Do you want to do a joint lineup, or should we just give you your lineup?
I'm happy to do anything. Owen, what would you like to do?
Yeah, we'll see if we can agree because there are a few positions that are a bit dodgy.
Okay.
But
well, I think it's pretty obvious. Alisson.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, I think this season Ramsdale's been better.
Okay.
A point. Got a point.
It's just on form. We're not going on.
This is good debate.
Obviously, Alisson is a better keeper.
4-2-3-1 then.
It'll be 4-3-3. It'll be 4-3-3. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold will be right back, and I think Kostas Tsimikas will be left back.
One CDM or two CDM? Two CDMs. Oh, just one, I know.
One CDM.
One.
Okay.
The centre backs will be Van Dijk, and I'm going to say Matip.
I'd say Van Dijk, Gabriel. We haven't lost a game with Gabriel.
mate, you're calling you're calling Pepe doesn't even get in the side, like when he was in the side for freaking ages, and you call out being Mr. Positive and Arteta's Arsenal, saying that Arteta is the next greatest since freaking Jesus, like since Jesus Christ himself came on this planet.
I think we should just ignore him. It takes too much energy
that's
from
what
the
is
stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what a troll is, mate. So there you go. Because you honestly can't believe that crap. And if you
what's
do,
the
honestly,
midfield?
get some help.
What do you think the midfield's going to be, Owen? Because for me, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson if he's fit.
Yeah. So we
I think
agree
he'll
on
play
Ramsdale.
that. Yeah.
I've
So for me, if we're doing a combined 11 of Liverpool and Arsenal players, is that what we're doing, right?
Oh, right, okay.
Okay. For me, Alisson.
You're gonna get a lot in it.
I'd say right back Trent.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the Trent's right back, but much as I like Tommy Hesse, he's probably Trent.
Yeah, there's no debate. Trent is one of the best in the world.
He's gone up a level this season as well.
Yeah, he's gone up a level actually. He's learned a lot from last season. I think last season was a good learning point for him because he's had it. I think he's had that beautiful start, and now he's had that sort of short reality of what happens when it goes wrong. So
it was
he kind of stepped up since probably January, February.
Yeah, it was since Southgate left him out of the England squad because Southgate is an idiot.
Southgate doesn't know how to use Trent because he's not.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's amazing, isn't it?
People say he's an idiot though, but he got us to a final, which is we've never been to a final in our lives.
But
Southgate
is one of the managers. He's lucky to be at the right time with the best players, multiple talents, multiple different personalities. He just have everything served to him.
But say he's better than us. He has made some big calls about leaving big players out. He has done that, and it has worked.
Yeah. But also look at Harry Maguire. He's been awful this season, and he still starts.
Yeah, exactly. Southgate, he picks on reputation. That's what Southgate does. I mean, he's left out Greenwood time and time again. Honestly, from the outside, Stephen, you're an England fan. From the outside, it's pretty clear, man. It's like from the inside, United fans backing Ole.
I give him
you can see it from the outside. He's not great.
I mean, I don't have any emotional attachment to England.
To be honest, I don't have any emotional attachment, mate.
Yeah, you do, Steve.
No, I don't. The guy, I was out until he got. I said until the fight, unless he gets us to a final, I'm a Southgate out. Right? I didn't rate the guy. I didn't want the guy. I didn't think the guy would get us past Germany. But the guy got us past Germany, got us past our biggest game since '96, in the semi-final, and got us to a final. So.
But you say us.
And we should have won it.
You have this connection to the team. It's your tribe, But from the outside, when you're not in the tribe, you can see it. He's just a bit of a dunderhead.
Stephen, have you seen the message?
Yeah.
So maybe we go on with the 11.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Left back.
That's a hard one. I would say it's between Tavares and Tsimikas.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Arsenal play, but Tsimikas has been brilliant when he's played.
Yeah, Tsimikas has been really good.
How many games did he play? Tsimikas?
I think
played a fair few.
Yeah, I'll check for you. Hang on.
I'd say Tsimikas might nick it actually.
His crossing is unbelievable.
We just might want to get.
Yes, he's played 5 in the Premier League. He started 5 matches, and he's had 1 in the Champions League as well. So he's played about half the games.
Yeah,
just under.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I'd say Tsimikas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got me lots of FPL points in the beginning.
No, yeah, I mean,
How do you
he
spell
played for
Simicast?
Greece the other day, and TSIM.
TSIMIKAS.
TSM.
TSIM. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think he created 7
centre
big
back.
chances for Greece, which is some kind of record in this
Centre
international.
backs.
7 in
Wow.
one match. Centre
Gabriel,
backs.
I would
Can I
say
just
Van
say
Dijk
that-
and Gabriel.
Can I
Okay.
put? Yeah, I was gonna put Van Dijk and Gabriel in there.
I think it's criminal because I think Matip has got to be in there. But then there you go. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm biased. That's my tribe.
Oh come on, we gotta be fair. Gotta have some.
Yeah.
Come on.
We haven't
Okay.
lost a game with Gabriel this season.
That's okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
we ain't lost. Yeah, that's a fair point. Gabriel's been on fire since.
Okay.
So,
Like I say, I haven't seen much of Arsenal, so I'll say
Yeah,
okay.
It's so
Gabriel-
good that even Brazil called him up.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay.
See, that's what happens, right? When you play someone every week, right, Mackenzie, right? They get called up to their national side.
Are we all in agreement that the CDM will be Fabinho?
I think he's
Yeah,
gone.
we don't
Yeah,
really have a CDM.
I think he's gone now. I think he got upset that I said he need to go get some help.
Unless we're gonna play Granit Xhaka. I'm joking.
No. This is the thing, like, because he'll come in and I know someone will come in and they'll go, like, no, Xhaka should be above everyone and this, that, and all the other because they love Arteta so much.
The centre midfield
It's centre midfield.
it's gonna be interesting because
Just by the way, if Arteta was saying he's selling Xhaka, like these Arteta winners will immediately go, "Oh, we never rated him in the first place." Yeah, why'd you keep him for 2 years? Anyway, CM.
it's
James Milner.
Huh?
I'd argue
I
probably
like him,
Smith
yeah.
Rowe and probably one other player.
yeah.
Smith Rowe, yeah, he's
Henderson.
got to be in there. Henderson, he hasn't been brilliant this season. He's been quite good, yeah. Naby
getting your
Keita's
comments in.
actually been brilliant when he's been on the fields.
Smith Rowe has got to be on the left though.
Got to be on the left. Okay.
That's where he's been most effective though.
Yeah.
On the left of the front three,
Yeah, that's the point.
but
Can I
that's
just make a
Sadio
point here
Mane.
though?
Yeah, that's Sadio Mane.
Right. Salah's going there.
Yeah.
Who's playing up?
Firmino, number 9.
Firmino's been quality actually.
He's been amazing.
He's had a bit of that's the fault. And on the left, it's got to be like Smith on the left, man. I'm sorry.
Ahead of Mane.
But
As
I
much
think
as no.
I would
look,
play
look.
Smith Rowe centre midfield and Mane left wing
I would go with that as well.
because I don't think if you look at Liverpool, none of the centre midfielders has really had a good season.
I've got an idea.
I mean,
I've got an idea.
and they
I've got an
haven't
idea.
played a
I've got
lot
an
of
idea.
games. I
I've
mean,
got
you
an
had
idea.
Keita, but he hasn't played a lot
Whoa.
of games.
I've got an idea because playing in a central midfield role
Okay.
doesn't work. So what you do is you put Salah on the right, Fabinho in the CDM, get another CDM, and play Smith Rowe in the cam. Smith Rowe. There you go.
But Firmino on the wing? No, Firmino number 9. Okay, I see.
Firmino number 9,
Okay.
and you put Mane on the left.
Yeah. Okay. We found it.
Sadio Mane.
Excellent. And who has Thomas Partey been playing well for you?
Thomas Partey, he's been playing all right, hasn't he? Sait's gone dead. I think he has been playing all right. Let me see his stats. Partey.
Who? Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey.
Yeah, he's been all right. I think he's. I would say Lokonga has been better.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sammy the Conga's been like quality. I could put Sammy Lokonga in there, to be honest. If you were gonna split it up, because like apart from Milner or Henderson, there's not many others.
Yeah, well, just Keita, as I said,
Keita's been quality though.
But how many games has Keita played in the league?
Well, it's the same as Milner. They've both played. Keita's played 365 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
about
not enough.
6 games, and 368 minutes for James Milner. So it's just they're about the same. So it's not enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Lukonga, I might go with that. I go with you guys.
Sambi Lukonga then.
Okay.
Manager has definitely got to be Klopp.
Are you
The
sure?
manager is Jurgen Klopp.
Are you sure? You like Arteta, Stephen?
No.
We've already lost a viewer today for defense.
No. I will mute you if you carry on. No.
It's your kryptonite, isn't
But
it?
you know what
It
the
is my
funny thing
kryptonite,
is?
mate.
If we win, we are above Liverpool.
Oh,
That's
get out
crazy.
of here,
Exactly.
man.
This is the
That
thing,
is
yeah.
crazy.
This is the you're absolutely right.
No, because everyone will be like, we should end the season now because Arteta's doing so well. Because we'll have a crap start to the end of the season. You know what happens is we have such a good start till Christmas. We'll then be crap from Christmas to the rest of the end of the season. And then what they'll do is that we finished 8th again, but we had such a good. But till Christmas we were 3rd in the league. I'm like, that doesn't bloody matter.
Guys, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go. I've got my own show at 8 o'clock and I need to get ready for that.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Doug. So it's been a while, sir. But it's been great.
No problem. But yeah, if anyone wants to come and watch the preview at 8 o'clock, I've got Mr. Glenn Kitely coming on as well. So that should be very, very good. But Stephen, big up and thank you very much for having me. Really been a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. I might tune in and see if he's still Arteta in or Arteta out. But there you go.
Right.
He's
See you later.
been in or out.
Take care, Doug.
There you go. Take care.
Take care. See you later.
Yeah, he's probably been after the first 3 games out, then the next 3 games back in again. You know what I mean? It's not me. You wouldn't get that here. You wouldn't get that here. It's either out or it's you have to prove me seriously wrong. So there's the lineup: Ramsdale in goal, Arnold, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Samuel Lukonga, Smith Rowe, Salah, Mane, Firmino. So we did get a couple of players in there. It's not that bad.
But you sure you're not having Mikel Arteta as manager?
No, I am not having Mikel Arteta as manager. Right? Do not upset the baby. I know every time you mention the name, she gets upset. So don't. Just don't.
Yeah, she doesn't rate the manager.
No. So she you've taught her well already. So, but we're gonna have to finally score predictions, guys. What are you going for, Owen?
Wow,
what are you gonna go
it's
for?
a really tough one because if the Liverpool that turned up against Brighton or West Ham turns up, then you could get something from this. I would say 2-2 or 3-2 to either team. But if the real Liverpool turns up, then 4-1, 4-0 to Liverpool. So there you go. I'll give you about 3 predictions there. Either you're going to win, it's going to be a draw, or we're going to win.
Which one are you going for?
Do I have to go for one? Okay, I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm going to say the real Liverpool's going to turn up and we're going to win. Yeah, 3-0.
Okay. Say what are you gonna say?
I think this will be the first game that doesn't have a lot of goals, actually. I can see Liverpool win like a 1-0. But for the first time ever, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
Wow.
Let's do this.
All right, good one. Good one.
Oh, don't. Oh. I didn't hear that. I'm going to clip that. Did you just say that?
Nah, I'm joking. I'm definitely not Arteta in. But yeah, 2-1 Arsenal. We need to win. I need to be able to banter my dad. It's been too long.
Okay.
Yeah. Sait's been watching Arsenal being fast asleep. Very good point. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to say do I be optimistic, go for a win, or do I be realistic and pray for a draw? No, I'm gonna be, every time I've tried to be optimistic of going to Anfield, I've got absolutely smashed. So I'm gonna be real. I always say realistic. Will always rule over my stupid agendas and everything. So I'd say King Tony said it for me. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 draw.
Anthony saying 2-2 draw. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that
2-2
happening.
draw. That's definitely possible with Arsenal. You see it, but you see us scoring 2 goals, Anthony. That's the thing. I see us scoring
it's
1
possible
goal
against Liverpool. It's possible against
Yeah,
Liverpool.
but
Honestly,
but the thing is, I see us just scoring 1 goal and then dropping 5 yards again and parking the bus. Especially when it's Liverpool, and we think, "Oh God, they got Salah and God knows what. We need to drop everything back." So that's what I'm thinking. Is we'll score 1 goal and then we'll just go like that. So
But
just
if
drop back 5 yards.
I mean, it depends because Thiago, for example, if Thiago plays right for Liverpool, he's amazing on the ball. He's really one of the best ball playing midfielders I've ever seen. Like he's on the level of Pirlo and the greatest that you've ever seen. But without the ball, as soon as we lose the ball, he can't run backwards. And it's a big problem for Liverpool, especially against dynamic players like Smith Rowe and Saka. Well, maybe Saka's a bit tired, but
If you did, but I think
you
Klopp
could
will have
get
a
2 in the
strategy for
break
that, though.
against us, That's what
Yeah,
happened
but I
before.
think the
And
strategy
set
will have-
pieces. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah. But just quickly before, I have a funny feeling we're going to lose 3-0, but I want them to win. So I'm going for 2 win in that case. Okay, man. Like, I can hear it. Do you know what? As much as like I've always said to fans, they can't be wanting us to lose a game just to get a manager out. You should put your agendas aside. I get why. Like, I watched League Honor all the time, and I get why. I get why he wants us to lose so he gets rid of the manager, because it's like what's going on is just not good enough. And I get it. But I can't back my team to lose. I can't. So I always try and go for an optimistic draw against big teams, and pray we get it. As trying to be realistic as possible without being deluded, saying we're going to win. So if that makes sense. But anyway, we're going to leave it there. Trust the chat. The big up. Ramsdale to keep Liverpool out, hopefully. But we're going to leave it there. Hopefully Ramsdale does pull out a worldie. Owen, where can they find you, man? Thanks for being on for so long. It's taken a while, but
no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for the invite. Yeah, Cop On podcast if you want to hear. We're going to do a review of this match. That's the next episode, and also on YouTube. We're trying to get our YouTube channel off the ground. So if anyone here likes watching things on YouTube, we're going to do every Thursday now. We're going to do a Premier League preview with fans from other teams all around. You're welcome to join us. Stephen, you've been on there before. Drama. That's right. And so tomorrow evening, we'll be doing a Premier League preview live. So if you look up for Cop On podcast, if anyone in the chat wants to be on the show, talk about your club, everybody's invited. And thank you very much, Stephen.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna quickly. If people don't know already, if you quickly, there's the link in the chat now. So if you can quickly go on there, smash the like button if you can, and subscribe buttons. Make sure you smash that subscribe button before you leave right now. Go over there and smash the subscribe button, as well as smashing the subscribe button here. If you want to become a member, such as you ggezif, such as you, Anthony. I can't believe you, Anthony, ain't done it yet. Like, how dare you? You've known this channel for so long. But anyway, if any of you guys, please, have got anything, but any monthly amount, could you please donate it to Children's Liver Disease Foundation via our membership scheme? The link is pinned up in the chat, I believe.
Steven is buying a new sports car, so he needs to film you.
Shut
members.
up. Shut up. You're, like, yeah, I don't. Hang on, where is it? I don't think I put it in there. How did I? Oh, Jesus. I didn't put it in there. Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna put a link in the I'm gonna put a link to the channel in there anyway. So quickly. To my channel it is. So there you go. There's a link to the channel in there right now. Make sure you go and go over to that. Join from as little as $1.99 a month, $4.99 for level 2. Right, you'll get great perks such as members only live streams. Once we get like up to about 30 members up then, so the reason I haven't done members only live streams yet is because like we haven't got enough members yet to do them. So, but once we do them, like it'll just be simple. Like if you see it on Sarcasm CTV, it'd be like kind of like that, like a sports Q&A. So it'll be like football, F1, all sorts of sports. Talk about anything. Just talk about anything really. Like so yeah, make sure you do. Like King Tony says, donate to Stephen's charity and also children in need this Friday. Yeah, if I had the time, mate, I'd definitely do something for like children in need this Friday. I might actually say, if anything, I raised on this particular stream, yeah, or weekend streams, if it's £5 or something, we might give that to them. So as well as the rest of the charity. So there's something, but you can tell the difference between old fans and new fans, and Steve is one of the old heads. The new fans are the ones who haven't seen us win a title, mate. Right? And simple as that. I've seen my team win a title, so like that's the level I expect Arsenal to be at. And sometimes you can't blame the young fans because this club don't teach them their standards, which is the standards of where we should be, which is at the top, winning titles. So but in the end, I'm not going to have some new fan come on here and start telling me Arteta's the next thing to sliced bread when he's not doing enough to keep his job, and he's lucky he's in this job still. So my opinion will not change on that matter until he gets us into that position of challenging for a title. Once he gets into that, then I'll say you've proved me wrong. But until then, he will not get us in. I will keep saying he is not get into that position, right? At all. I still do not believe he's going to do it. End of. So we need a better manager. So I'd rather just get rid of him now before he gets any worse. So real talk, and that's what we judge them on against the best. Big up. Yeah. But anyway, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you also follow Sait. Where can they follow you, Sait? If he's still there.
You can follow me on Steven's channel. You can see my life. He's paying me a lot, buying me expensive stuff.
Yeah, it's just the sports car is next.
Yeah. He promised me a BMW M3 for Christmas.
Yeah. It's going to be little toy miniature car versions, isn't it?
Fair play. But yeah, you can follow me here. I'm not active on social media. I don't have Twitter. I don't like that platform.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah. But do follow him on Instagram. Do follow the Cop on TV, Cop on podcast. Sorry, and we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.